on real quick with a midday perspective for y'all today, and that is that I want to speak to what many outside of organized religion always default to in their response to discrediting religion. Not to say that religion is good or bad, but I just want to speak to it. So, the biggest discredit that religion gets is that all the texts that were written have been corrupted in some kind of way. Like in their revision, they've been corrupted. The integrity of it has been corrupted. I've heard that they no longer hold their integrity because they've been corrupted through translation. That none of the supporting characters or even the main characters are real. That it's just some kind of a story to lead people astray. I've heard that it's mythological in some kind of way. It's just not true. I've heard a number of different things about it. And I like to speak to it. And I've heard these things about many other of the world's spiritual systems and religions. So I like to speak to it. The first thing is that, none of the world's religious or spiritual systems, none of the texts are in their original state. Every last one of them has been compromised. From the Vedas to Christianity, to the Bible, to the books that they found in the caves that make up the biblical texts, even those that are not in the Bible. They were all translated from their original language to English or some other language, to the Quran. All of them have been manipulated. You have people that read the Quran that do not even know the original language that the Quran was written in. So what they're reading and preaching to is just the same language that the preachers in Christianity read and preach to. Their text has been transposed. Everything, friend, I'm here to tell you, has been revised. Everything. Let's go back to before organized religion, because religion was never a system that the ancient people adhered to. The ancient people adhered to spirituality. They believed in spiritual laws, and they believed in aligning themselves to these laws. Whereas nowadays we have different divisions and we have different assemblies, I guess you could say. Whereas before it was not the case. Just wasn't. It was not as complicated as it is now. But nonetheless, you go back to... My doggy's barking at the mailman. You go back to before there was any type of religion. You go back to spirituality. You go back to before the Phoenicians perfected the linguistic systems and allowed for people to be able to read and write. You go back to when we saw these acts with our own two eyes and heard of them with our own two ears from people that saw these acts with their own two eyes. And we began to sit amongst each other around fires and tell these stories. We would use our surroundings to support that which the mind couldn't put a finger on. The same way you're saying that the Bible is, or that the Quran is, or that any of the sacred texts do. Same way. They would sit amongst each other at fires or at dinner time and tell the stories of the greatness of God and the greatness of nature and the greatness of all of those people that came up amongst them and how they, what they did and the trials that they overcame. And they will repeat these stories from generation to generation. Do you not think that in the repetition of these stories, that these stories changed? Do you believe that they kept every word, every nuance, every aspect of that story intact? Just by human nature, one must say, yeah, there's a probability that there were some things that were lost, that were misquoted, that were taken out of context. Yet the integrity of the story, the intention in which those that created such things created them to convey, stayed intact. Regardless of if the story is true or not. The intention, the integral aspect of that story stayed intact. I need you to be a thinker. See, we get so caught up on this stuff that we throw the whole baby away with the bathwater. And you're not doing nothing but limiting yourself. You don't limit God. You don't limit the movement of spirit. You just limit it moving within you. So when you look at the Bible and you say, people say, oh, well, those people aren't named right. They're talking about such and such. It doesn't even matter. It does not even matter. The matter is that the intention of it is there and it's mighty and it's intact. It is fixed. It does not fluctuate. It does not matter. You should not look upon people that look for the intention of it, not religion of it, not the religion of it, not to go to church to have someone motivate them, but people that actually look for the essence of God in it, that seek it. You should not look at those people as if they are misaligned in some way or misguided. You are misunderstanding. It might be you. Because this same essence moves through all things. It is not independent to any one particular thing. It is the movement within all things. All of them. I've heard stories that many of the spiritual systems across the world were created for small tribal communities. They were created by individuals within the communities to act as gods for those communities. And they would create these things. They would create these gods. It's all written in the Bible. When you read the Bible, many of you guys are sleeping on it because you don't read it. You read a couple of pages and you just lose it because the thou and the this and the that it dissuades you. And in which for some people it's good that it does, because you really have to want to read it to read it. It's not something that's going to make itself appealing to you. You have to want to know. And then once you begin to align to it, you start to figure out, wow, there's something really special about this. But those that don't do that, they will never know, and they'll just throw it away because it doesn't align to you like that initially. But those that in tribal communities created these deities, these beings, and they create a symbol for them, and they give them a region, and they give them powers, and they would feed their attention to them. Using the God force within you. That's all you're doing. It's tapping into the God force that is innately within you to give that thing power. And you multiply that power. How do you do that? You get the whole community to buy into that. And you get their attention to multiply their attention within that. This is spoken of day and night within the Bible. Oh, it's everywhere. Yet, you condemn the Bible. You condemn it. as if it's no facts, no truths. Yet me, someone like me, would not be able to know, to even speak to things like this, had I not stepped out of religion and walked the path of spirituality and looked into other aspects of spiritual systems that are within the earth, only to support my first love, which is Christianity. Not to sell you on it, because this is not a sale. These are just truths that I've uncovered along my way, that I see many people wrestling with. Many people that aspire to these other systems, that downplay Christianity for whatever reason, and that downplay people that follow the path of Christianity as if they are somehow misguided or should be pitied in some way. Oh, poor them, poor her, she doesn't know. No, you might not know. It might be you. Because I done looked around. And if it wasn't this, I wouldn't be doing it. I surely wouldn't. Just wanted to speak to that, to let you know that there are many truths, but there is only one creator. There are many truths because there are many things that those truths are relatable to, but there is one creator, and there is only one path to truth. One. There are many truths. There is one creator, and there is one path to truth. Now, what I mean by that, you may aspire to any one of the world's spiritual systems. That's your path. But that path leads to that one path to truth. So your spiritual system is a truth. Buddha, that's your truth. Buddhist, Vedas, whatever, Vedic Sanskrit, that's your truth. Christianity, that's your truth. The Muslim religion, that's your truth. Any of the world's spiritual systems, those are your truths. But they all lead to one truth. And that truth is the Creator. That is what I'm looking to speak to you today. There's no judgment. If we could put down the judgment, do you not know I have not experienced, the last 2 years I've experienced more judgment than I've ever experienced in my life? More judgment from religion than I've experienced ever in my life. And I'm looking and I'm saying, what difference does it make? Why? I have seen, nonetheless, there's one love. Yet we spend all our time on how you do it. You don't do it like me, you're going to go to hell. You don't do it like me, you going to go to hell. A lot of stuff that we put on each other in the name of Jesus don't even have nothing to do with Jesus. Jesus himself would be like, they lying on me. That ain't what I said. That's not me. That's your interpretation. Because that ain't what happened. A lot of times, friend, the walks that you walking in this life, especially when you're facing insurmountable challenges, be more in alignment with Jesus than them people that are condemning you. Those people that are condemning you, be more in alignment with the people that condemn Jesus, and your walk be more in alignment with Jesus. It's just revisiting something that has already happened. You're just revisiting it in the 2024 version of it. I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you. Instead of just saying, me and the Father are one. The God you are searching for is right inside of you. All these things that I can do, you could do even greater. Not even you could do. He didn't even say you could. He said you will. He said you will. Pick up your cross and follow me. Use me as an example. Use my choices as an example to help you in you making your choices. It be the people in this life that turn the things around. It be the people. It doesn't have anything to do with God. It has to do with people trying to nail their interpretations to people. That's what's happening. And all I'm saying to you is, if you look at it, if you read it, I don't care what spiritual system you aspire to, that's none of my business. Because if you have the God within you, and you acknowledge that God within you, and you stay in alignment to the laws of the heart and the law of the God that is within you, then me and you are brother and sister. I don't care who you are or where you are in the world. It's a universal love. It is one love. Now, if you aspire to anything outside of that, and you look to wreak havoc on anything outside of that, or if you look to cause dissension amongst people because of whatever reason, you are standing outside of that. And I don't align myself to you. All of the books have been tampered with, friend. Every last thing on this planet has been tampered with. I was just looking up the Vedas. All of them have been tampered with. Every last thing in the world has been tampered with, friend. So if you're looking for some holy scripture that is pure, you're not going to find it. You know what is pure? What is pure is what is within you. And what is within you aligns to each and every one of these sacred books, whether they've been tampered with or not. This is what makes the testimony of all of those people that were in tribal communities so important. The Creator knew that it would lose certain variables would fall away along the storyline, but that the core of it, the essence of it, once aligned with your spirit within you, would turn it on and it would activate it. And that is the part that cannot be tampered with. It's the same way with any of the religious texts. It has the essence of it, the core of it is, you cannot tamper with it. You cannot. I don't care if you rename some people. I don't care what you do. When you read it and you align to it, it turns something on within you that aligns with the God that is within you. It is all about what is in you. It's not the book. It is what's within you that the book the book is written to align with. This is a science. This is not religion. This is not a hope. This is a science that is humbling. And this is what I'm talking about when I speak to whoever wrote these texts. The origination of it was so powerful that you got to bow down to it, friend. It puts another level of respect on. Every knee shall bow. It is amazing. And I don't want to get caught up in it. But I just came on to tell you, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You not aligning, you not receiving, don't hurt nobody but you. Because the beat go on, and the beat goes on. Just like my love. It goes on. With or without you. Just because you throw it out don't mean that's just you. It's still the power. It is the only power. You're the only power. You're the only power. It is. And it's amazing. I just want to come on and tell you. I just had to sprinkle you with it today. Yeah. These is facts. Just want to tell you, save you a little time. You love more than you'll ever know. I'll never stop telling you. Be good to yourselves and be as great as you already are right now. Peace and love.